To take part in the finals. The SEA Games record 48.58. Last time out was the first time two swimmers dipped below 50 seconds in a single race at the Games.
Thank you.
And this time we might see for the very first time three to go below 50 for the medal placings. Joseph Isaac Schooling going for his very own 14th, and he has rocketed off the starting blocks as we expected. Darren Lim has followed him. Huang Ki-Fok trying to live in his estate as well in the first 50 meters. Joseph Schooling has gotten off to a flyer of a start. Ki-Fok is coming back slowly now, and Joe Schooling, who will turn slightly in first place ahead of the Vietnamese, and then Darren Lim in third place. Off the boards once again, off the walls, bouncing off it. Joe Schooling is so very hot, but Huang Ki-Fok is catching up now on Joe. Joe Schooling might be beaten here, but then again, if he looks to his right as he's breathing now, he knows that he's got competition, so he starts pulling away from Ki-Fok. Ki-Fok tries to live with him, but I think Ki-Fok might have just gassed out. Joe Schooling, it's his to lose. Schooling still slightly ahead of Ki-Fok. Schooling will win it, just ahead of Ki-Fok by 0.38 seconds, and Darren Lim in third place. My goodness, that race was close, but Joe Schooling, the moment he knew he had competition, that was when he went up a couple of gears. Event in 2015. The two-time defending champion, of course, Joseph Schooling. Well, the big question here, Gerald, is whether Joseph Schooling is going to put on beast mode, because if he does, then we might see the first sub-52-second swim in SEA Games history. Now, before he came about, Joe Schooling, we were all amazed at the likes of Keith Fook and Daniel Bagel clocking sub-54, sub-55. But that was what we term BS, before Schooling. That's a period that's almost unknown now, because since Joe has emerged, we are looking perhaps at the first ever sub-52-second swim in SEA Games history.
Yes, I think he's going to do sub-52. He's going to break that SEA Games record. That comes so naturally to him. Breaking 52 is something that he probably does in his training nowadays.
Triadi Fauzi keeping pace with him, but losing out right now. Joe Schooling going after the SEA Games record, becoming the first swimmer perhaps to go under 52 seconds at the SEA Games. He does 51.38 seconds, and he is 1.65 seconds ahead of Triadi Fauzi. Well, that's not the new largest margin of victory in SEA Games history. It is the third largest margin of victory in SEA Games history, but still good enough for gold medal and a new SEA Games record. The first man ever in the SEA Games to go below 52 seconds is the Olympic champion, Joseph Schooling, naturally. Might just be another. To let the legacy live. Lane number 4, all eyes are on you. There we go. We talked about how quick he is off the boards, perhaps a reaction time faster than anybody else, and he's already half a body length ahead of the rest of the field after a superb breakout. Joe Schooling is really going for it. It will be him versus the clock. The rest of them are fighting for second spots, but Joe Schooling will be looking at the clock right now. Can he crack the time of 22:93? This is going to be the most dominant win in a 50-meter race ever in the SEA Games. Almost there, 23:06. It's a new SEA Games record as we expect, but not the Asian record. But that is a dominant swim for a 50-meter race to win it by a body length. My goodness, this boy, really, really special. Another SEA Games goal. That in itself also the dozen for Joseph Isaac Schooling.
He doesn't even look tired at all after that race. But I mean, what an amazing underwater. I think his start is it's so special, but it's more his underwater kicks that he's really practiced that a lot. I mean, it's what he's known for, given that all the training he's done in the US, where he trained in yachts, short course yachts, that he's really honing on his skills in underwater.
That is a huge victory for a 50 meters butterfly race. No one came close to even sniffing the toenails of Joe Schooling, as he just went through the motions, if you like. Yeah, that's a lovely gif for I'm the Man, isn't it? He is number one, not just in Southeast Asia, but we all know in the 100 meters butterfly in Asia and in the world. Another win for Schooling.
Ladies and gentlemen,
to add to his huge collection.
Official results for event 105, 50 meters butterfly men final.
And with the rates he's winning, look at that, it's almost a second, the difference. In a 50 meters event, mind you, Triadi Fauzi comes in second spot with a brand new national record, I believe, 24.01 seconds. Paul Nguyen of Vietnam. That's Kwon Sung-won, and he might be hot favorite to race Joe all the way through those records. And remember, the national record, of course, is also the Asian record and Olympic record set in Rio in 2016, where he achieved the impossible. It has been a trying 2019 for Joe Schooling. Will this give him at least a silver lining at the end of the year, heading into an Olympic calendar year? Yet again, let's see who rises last. That's always between Joe and Sung-won. They almost come up together. Sung probably slightly ahead of Joe in the underwaters. And Joe usually so very strong with his strokes. Coming out of the water as well. Perfect breakout between those two swimmers, going face to face, head to head, lane to lane. Both trying to qualify for the Olympic Games. The gold medal, of course, is almost a bonus right here at the SEA Games. But the Olympic Games is what they're after. Sung-won 0.2 seconds ahead of Joe Schooling after the first 50 meters. Magnificent turn once again from Kwon Sung-won. Joe Schooling chasing after him now, just half a body length behind Kwon Sung-won. Both of them have pulled away from the rest of the competition already. Tantia of Malaysia, after 30 meters, was actually in third place. He's nowhere to be seen right now. Great comeback. This is for Joe Schooling. He is not giving up on the chase. There is no give up on Joe Schooling. Joe Schooling is trying to head home with Kwon Sung-won. Oh yes, he's just pipped Kwon Sung-won. 0.03 seconds, and Joseph Schooling is a champion all over again. This time he had to show the medal of the champion. 51.84. Joe, book your ticket to Tokyo. You're going to the Olympic Games.
I think Kwon Sung-won has also booked his ticket to the Olympic Games for the 100 meters butterfly. The qualifying time is 51.96, and Kwon Sung-won was only 0.
Schooling's reaction time in the semi-finals was the best by far of everyone, and he starts well again. He's in lane 4. Next to him is Leclos, and already Schooling has gone out. Phelps out there in lane 2. That Schooling's looking good and right on that world record time.
Phelps doesn't have the same kind of first 50 speed as Schooling, but what we do know is that he'll come off this wall and his underwater will be impressive. It's just how much has the toll of racing taken on his body, and whether or not he can mow down a man that's 10 years younger than him.
That is still Schooling. He's transferred the form that he showed in the heats into the semi-finals and into the final, and he's a body length clear almost. Can he hold on? We were hoping to see history in the pool, but we are history because Singapore has won an Olympic gold medal and an Olympic record time. Joseph Schooling, simply sensational.
Equal second.